In the last few decades, science has made a staggering confession. The more precisely we measure the universe, the less of it we actually understand. Astronomers can chart the movements of galaxies and model the birth and death of stars with breathtaking accuracy. Yet all of that, everything we can see, touch and measure, accounts for only 5% of reality. The rest, an invisible 95%, is made up of something we cannot see, cannot touch, and cannot define. Physicists call it dark matter and dark energy. They know it exists only because of what it does. It bends light, shapes galaxies, and pushes the universe apart. It is everywhere, and it is nowhere. It is immense, and it is untouchable. But though scientists gave it a name, they did so with the humility of people naming something they don't yet understand. In the late 1990s, two teams of astronomers studying distant supernovae discovered something that changed everything. They found that the universe wasn't just expanding, it was expanding faster. It was accelerating. That made no sense. Gravity should have been pulling everything back together, not speeding it up. To make the equations work again, physicists resurrected a forgotten idea, a repulsive pressure woven into the fabric of space itself. Einstein had once called it the cosmological constant, a kind of built-in anti-gravity. He added it to his equations, then removed it, calling it his greatest blunder. But the blunder turned out to be true. Something really is pushing the universe apart, everywhere, all at once. We now call that something dark energy. It accounts for almost 70% of everything in existence, and without it, the cosmos would collapse. To save the math, we added a single symbol, the Greek letter lambda, to the equation. A single letter to stand for something we don't understand. And that number made the universe make sense again. It's a little like discovering God in algebra. For thousands of years, theology has spoken of an invisible presence that sustains creation. Omnipresent. Eternal. The reason anything exists at all. Science now describes an invisible energy that sustains the cosmos. Omnipresent. Eternal. The reason galaxies still expand. Different languages, same mystery. To the physicist, dark energy is a uniform field that fills all of space. To the mystic, God is the breath that moves through all things. Maybe that's coincidence. Or maybe, after centuries of arguing, science and faith are describing the same truth from opposite sides of the mirror. Einstein himself spoke about what he called a cosmic religious feeling. He didn't believe in a personal God, but he felt awe toward the intelligible structure of the universe, a structure that seemed to hint at something beyond comprehension. Today, the language of physics sounds strangely theological. Dark energy is omnipresent. It's omnipotent, governing every motion, every expansion, every star. And it's timeless, constant through the life of the universe. If this field were conscious, it would see all points in space at once. It would touch every atom and every orbit. To us, that would look like omniscience. Science doesn't claim that dark energy thinks or feels, but the resemblance is undeniable. When the same attributes show up in the lab and in scripture, you can't help but wonder whether the two are naming the same thing, just in different tongues. The irony is that we humans have always been slow to recognize the obvious. We denied that continents move. We denied that stones could fall from the sky. We denied that invisible organisms could cause disease. Each time, the evidence was there. We just didn't yet have the framework to believe it. Maybe dark energy is another one of those moments. Maybe the universe has been whispering to us for centuries, and we simply don't have the ears to hear it. Some philosophers and physicists have begun revisiting an old heresy in modern terms, panpsychism. The idea that consciousness is not an accident of evolution, but a fundamental property of the universe itself. That mind is not confined to brains, but is woven into the structure of reality. The universe slowly becoming aware of itself. If dark energy is truly the medium in which everything exists, then perhaps consciousness itself arises from that same field. The same energy that moves galaxies might, in some mysterious way, be aware that it moves them. To such a consciousness, our disbelief might look like the stubbornness of fish denying the ocean. Science has already confirmed that something unseen governs 95% of everything. It measures it, names it, and admits it can't explain it. Faith, meanwhile, has said the same thing in different words for thousands of years. The irony is cosmic. We've built billion-dollar telescopes and particle colliders only to rediscover what mystics once whispered under the stars, that the world is upheld by something invisible, infinite, and real. Maybe that's the truest meaning of progress. Not the replacement of God, but the rediscovery of mystery. Not proof of divinity, but participation in it. Science gives us the grammar of reality. Faith gives us its poetry. Together they describe a universe that isn't a machine, but a conversation. Endless, expanding, alive. We may never know whether the dark energy that drives the galaxies is conscious. But in searching for it, we awaken a consciousness within ourselves, a curiosity that mirrors the universe's own unfolding. And maybe that's the real proof, that whatever we call it, the universe is aware of itself through us. Has modern physics accidentally proven the existence of God? Maybe it has, maybe not, but it has proven that something unseen governs everything. And that, perhaps, is close enough. To stay up to date on the latest science and technology news, subscribe to Breaking Through News on YouTube or at breakingthrough.com.